Okay, let's get started. Just to clarify, we are recording this meeting to put up later. So if you don't want to be heard, for other people, like just don't speak, no worries, put your questions in the chat. That is totally fine. Yeah, so we are here today to talk about some opportunities for volunteer hours and stuff like that. A lot of them are virtual just because, we don't know where people are and all of that. And then we're going to talk a little bit about research and getting internships and stuff like that, whether that's this year or next year. Like I said, we're just going to talk a little bit about why we're here and stuff like that. And then I have 3 opportunities to present to you guys, and then some information on how to find your own opportunities. And then you will have the opportunity to ask whatever questions that you would like to ask. Yeah, my name is Haley. I am a freshman at Barnard College. So I'm class of 2024. I'm hoping to major in psychology and computer science. And if you have any questions today that you didn't get answered, and this email will be at the end too, just send your questions to generalintelligences@gmail.com, and then yeah, it'll be perfect. I'm a core team member at General Intelligences, and yeah, just a volunteer. With COVID and everything that's happening right now, a lot of activities are going virtual, which means that there's so many more opportunities than there have been in the past, no matter where you are. Like a lot of times things are local, but now that everything is virtual, you can apply to a lot more, just wide range. So the first opportunity that I'm going to talk about today is translating TED Talks. I think TED Talk is like a household name, like most people know what a TED Talk is, but it's just like, if you don't know what it is, it's a presentation that people give on a topic that is like interesting and important to them. Yeah, so when you're translating TED Talks, what you do is you help subtitle them on the websites by listening and creating the transcripts. And it really does help TED Talks reach across language barriers and stuff like that. And they are supposed to be accepting applications after like this month or during this month. So if you are interested in that and gaining hours through that, it would be a good time to really be checking that every couple of days, just so you can get your application in early. And then, yeah, oops. Here is the link to apply. I will go through after this presentation is over and put all the links in the chat, just because it'll be easier than asking you to type all of these things in. You'll have to make an account to register and start the process. And right now, if you make the account, it'll tell you that they're accepting applications, not right now, but soon. So just check back every couple of days to see if that will work. Yep. Awesome. So the second opportunity that I'm going to talk to you guys about today is adopting a nursing home. This is something that there's an organization that will help connect you to a nursing home like in your area that you can gather some friends with and create messages and letters and all that, just to increase spirits. With COVID and everything happening right now, they're not getting a lot of visitors. So to keep spirits up and stuff like that, they're asking to send virtual messages and letters to nursing home residents. Honestly, this seems to me at least like something you can do with your friends and make it a lot of fun, like virtual Zoom party, making these things, or whatever you're gonna do to make that happen. Because the more the merrier, right? The more people you have on it, the more letters are gonna get sent out and the more impact you have. So if you get more people to do it with you, it'll be more fun and just more impactful. So there's a link here. And like I said, I'll send the links in the chat after the presentation, if that's something that you're interested in. And you can just connect with a staff member and they will actually connect you to to a nursing home near you and a staff member in the nursing home so that you guys can set something up. The third opportunity that I'm going to talk about today is Operation Gratitude. Basically, what happens in this is you send letters to first responders and military individuals and everything along those lines. Kind of like sending letters, same thing as the last one, just to keep spirits high and stuff like that, because people feeling very isolated with everything that's happening right now, and especially first responders and stuff like that. With everything that's happening right now, it's super important. Yeah. So if you just sign up for the program that you're interested in, you will get assigned like who to write letters to, and they have things on their website that are like coloring sheets. So if you have a younger sister or younger siblings, they can do that, and then they're helping you, or anything that you can do. They have so many different formats and stuff on their website to help you out. Like you're not alone in the process. So there's a link to apply. Like I said, I'll put it in the chat in a little bit. Yeah. Let's get on to this part, because I think this is really the important part, to find your own opportunities. Because obviously I can present you with as many opportunities as I can come up with, but the important thing is that your opportunities need to be niche to you, because you have different interests than me, and you just finding your own. Yeah, like I said earlier, there are more virtual opportunities now than literally ever before. A lot of things do not rely on location anymore, because you can pretty much do it from Zoom anywhere. I know that we are zoomed out, but there are so many different opportunities that you can apply to right now. My number one tip is to just start Googling. Your keywords are going to be really important when you're doing this kind of thing. So if you are in high school, but you're interested in majoring in psych later, like think of things that would have to do with that, or just Google things that would have to do with that. Hold on, someone's in the waiting room. Or just Google things that would have to do with that, and you are going to get something that's more tailored to you. Versus just like a blanket high school volunteer hours virtual thing. So it's super important to really tailor that to you. And then the other thing is your schools, most likely, if you are in school, have so many different opportunities available to you that you just have to ask for, because there are so many organizations that ask your schools for help, whether you're in high school or in college. I know my school had a career center when I was in high school, and I know that we have like similar to a career center at Barnard. So something like that. If your high school doesn't have a career center, your counseling office probably can point you in the correct direction. But I think most colleges at this point have something similar to a career center. So just connect with those offices and see what they have for you, and pick one that fits what you are looking for. Yeah, so when you're Googling for your own opportunities, you really need to include what level of education you're in. Are you a sophomore in college? Are you a high schooler? Are you a rising high school senior? Are you a high school senior, rising college freshman? Like all those things are super important. And if you are in college and you've already declared your major, or you have a prospective major, then definitely include that. And if you have any experience, and then just things you're super passionate about. I mean, the most important thing is to really, if you're going to volunteer, the most important thing to do is to be passionate about the thing you're volunteering for. Otherwise, it's going to be a drag, and it's not going to be fun for you, and you're not going to be putting out good work. So the most important thing is to really find something that you are passionate about. Yeah. Okay, so this is the part that is super duper important. If you are in college and you're looking for research positions or internship positions and things like that, then this is the part that is important. So there is a YouTube video, and I will post this in the chat as well, all about how to find research positions from General Intelligences already. So if you want to check that out, I will put that in the chat in a little bit. Yeah. So right now, there are a lot of deadlines that have already passed for research positions and everything like that. But the most important thing is to just keep looking. There are going to be some positions that the deadline has not already passed. So make sure to connect with your school. Yeah, so if you are looking to do summer research this summer, you really do need to start today. Yeah, so, and on top of that, now, like today or in the next week or so, or whenever you're planning on applying, it would be super important to get your professors to write you your letter of recs now, since the due dates are going to be very soon. However, next year, what would be super important is to get started ahead. I think that the best time to start is winter break. A lot of people start a lot earlier than that, but it's not necessary. So if you start looking for things in winter break and really formulating your application materials, it's perfect. And the good thing about starting during winter break is that you typically don't have as much coursework, or at least I don't. Yeah, so you're not compromising your schoolwork or anything like that because you're not doing anything else and you're just hanging out with your family and stuff like that. Yeah, so just apply for as many as you possibly can and have your letters of rec ready ahead of time. Start emailing your profs as soon as possible, just so that they have as much time as they can to kind of give you what you need. Yeah. The next important part is to build a resume. A lot of the research positions that people apply for are going to require a resume. This is something that is kind of tricky and that I don't even have down all the way yet. I think resumes are super hard, but they're super doable if you know how to do them. So if you are applying next year, I would build a resume now so that you can expand it a little bit later and kind of formulate it to the position that you want. You are going to forget all the things that you have done. I cannot tell you how many times that I've forgotten an activity that is relevant. And then after I submitted my application, realized, oh, crud, I should have put that on there. And I didn't because I forgot. So having one resume or just even just a list of activities that you've done in your time at college and high school is super important, just so that you know and you can put them in for later. So I personally have one list of activities that is like an all-inclusive resume, and then I pick and choose which parts I want for each job position or research position. And then starting now, like I said, saves you the hassle for next year, and it'll just put you ahead of time. Or if you're really applying for summer research positions this year, then you definitely need to get started on that. General Intelligences, again, has a great video on how to do this. I partake. I watch their videos a lot for help, even though I'm a core team member. So just a shameless promo. They're really good videos. They're really informational and helpful. The next tip that I have is to generate a LinkedIn. A lot of people put their LinkedIn on their resumes, or it's just helpful if an employer looks you up or something like that. Yeah. So General Intelligences, again, has a YouTube video on this. The most important thing is for you to be keeping your LinkedIn relevant and just making sure that you have all the things that are important on there. So where you go to school, usually your major, what you plan to do, what year you're in and stuff like that. And then all of your activities, it takes a little bit of time, but it's always helpful to just have that. And I will put the YouTube link in the chat in a little bit. Yeah. So this is a pretty short presentation, but if there's any questions at all, I mean, I've gone through the process of applying to internships and stuff like that. I'm more than happy to answer questions. If you have them, if you don't want your voice recorded, again, you can just put in the chat or just private message me the question, whatever works. Are there any questions? What's the difference between your resume and your LinkedIn? So your resume is like a PDF copy of everything that you've done. Your LinkedIn, usually like employers look at that as well. It's like they're kind of the same thing, but you have to have both of them. LinkedIn is just like a more professional website, so you can like link it in your yeah, they have the same information. So yeah. Where can we find the recording of this video? I believe it will be on the General Intelligence's YouTube. So I'm about to put all the links in the chat for you to like access that. Yeah, so you can just subscribe to the YouTube and then it'll be there. Hi, thank you for today's presentation. Do you have any advice for how to reach out to labs for research opportunities? I've been trying to email some labs, but I'm not sure what to include in the email. Absolutely. I'm more than happy to do that. I'm a STEM major, so I've been reaching out to labs as well. I think just finding labs that you're interested in and going to the lab website if they have one, or just emailing the lab, the head of the lab, and just being like, this is who I am, this is my major, this is the school that I go to, and this is why I'm super interested in your lab. It doesn't need to be a super long email at all, because if they're interested in and they want more people in their lab, they're going to reach out to you most likely. And after you send that email, and kind of talk to you a little bit more about what it entails and everything like that, and if you'd be a good fit. So you're just cold emailing a lot of people. So, and most people have to email like a lot of people in order to get a position. So don't be discouraged if you're getting not very many responses, especially with everything going on right now, just because it's a little rough. Not many labs have lab positions open right now just because everything is virtual. But yeah, so my biggest piece of advice is to just email as many as you can. And yeah, just include who you are, a little bit about why you're interested in their lab, where you go to school, your major, and all that. Are there opportunity webinars every month? I'm not sure. I don't think there are right now. If that's something that you're interested in, it might be worth emailing the email. Can you please email us today's presentation for future reference? Hi, there will be a video of it posted on the YouTube. Would you recommend including a resume in the initial email, or should I do so only after they respond? Ooh, that's actually I feel like it can't hurt to include your resume, but make sure the resume is tailored to the lab position. So if it's a psych lab, make sure that you're including like psych things that you've done and stuff like that, classes, relevant coursework, everything like that. So I feel like it can't hurt you to do that. So I would recommend it. Yeah. Are there any other questions? What is the YouTube channel name? It should just be General Intelligences. Like, I might not gonna be able to put it in chat. That's weird. 1 second. Yeah, it should just be like General Intelligences with an S. Off topic, but I love your slides theme. Thank you. Magda, who runs General Intelligences, actually got it for us. There's the attribution for that. If you have any other questions, if there's any more questions, please, I'm here and I can answer them. Yeah, we went super fast, super breezed through this, but I'm so willing to stay and talk more. Yeah. Of course. I don't know if I'm going to be able to post it in chat. It won't like work unless, hold on, everyone in meeting there. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing now, and can we email General Intelligences with any questions you have? Absolutely. Just mention that you went to the webinar and that you have a question about it. Yeah. There's the YouTube channel. Good job. Perfect. I'm going to start posting all of the links really quick, just so that you guys have access to them without like, yeah. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys, this is going to take just a second. I just have to copy and paste it from the slides. So there are all of the opportunities, and then let me get you the video links really quick. Research positions. Okay, and then resume help, and then okay, those are all the links. If you want to bookmark any of that, I'll give you just another second before I close the meeting. And like I said, if there's any more questions, you can talk about it now, or you can email the General Intelligence's email. I'll put that in the chat as well. Make sure you're putting an S after General Intelligence. Just some people miss that, so just want to double check that. Yeah, if there are no further questions, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and thank you for being here. I hope to see you at more webinars after this. Thank you, guys. Have an amazing day. Thank you. Okay, bye, guys.